Prayer about Evil, Part 2. O divine light, flame hidden in the heart of all things, guide me now from darkness to clarity, from sorrow to peace, from anguish to radiant wisdom. You are not far from me. You are not above me in a heaven of clouds. You are within me, nearer than breath, closer than thought, the very witness of all that arises. You are the Atman, the self of all beings, changeless and eternal, and in you is a joy untouched by the rise and fall of this broken world. Grant me to see with those eyes, not the eyes of the body, not the eyes of fear, but the inner eye of truth, the wisdom eye of the seer. I know, O Lord, that my pain arises not merely from the world, but from my own perception of it. The evil I witness feels absolute only because my mind clings to the dream of how things should be. But as the Upanishads say, he who sees all beings in the self, and the self in all beings, never turns away from it. I do not want to turn away, not from the horror, and not from the glory either. I want to live with open eyes, but a heart that knows that all of this, samsara and nirvana, suffering and bliss, is only your dance, fleeting as a wave that rises and falls upon the ocean. Lord, I am not asking for indifference. I do not want to become numb to injustice or to suffering. I only ask that my peace not depend on outer perfection. I ask that my joy not require that the world become kind overnight. I ask that even while I struggle against cruelty, I am not consumed by rage. Even while I fight for compassion, let me remain rooted in it. Even while I speak out against the darkest of lies, let truth dwell gently in my tongue, not harshly. Let me be, as the Gita says, one who is not agitated by sorrow, nor elated by joy. Who is steady, who is free from delusion, that one is dear to me. I know this peace is not passivity. It is not an escape from the world. It is the power to change the world from a place of clarity. Let my activism arise not from hatred of the wicked, but from love for all that suffers. Let my protest be not the cry of despair, but the roar of Dharma. Let me be like Hanuman, whose strength was love, whose fury was sacred, whose heart was ever devoted to goodness without ego. Let me be like Krishna, who taught Arjuna to fight with detachment, not to preserve his pride, but to serve the order of truth. You have said, the self is not born, nor does it die. It does not come into being, nor will it cease to be. It is unborn, eternal, everlasting. Remind me that the ones who die are not truly gone. Remind me that those who suffer are not broken in their deepest self. Remind me that even if the body is torn, even if the mind is tormented, the inner spirit is untouched, ever free, and radiant with light. If I forget this, I am lost. But if I remember, then I can grieve without despairing. I can speak out without burning up from inside. O Lord of infinite forms, Vishnu who upholds the world, Shiva who dissolves it, Devi who gives it birth, show me your real form, the formless. Let me rest in you. I ask again, grant me optimism. Grant me the right kind of hope. Not the shallow kind that depends on political victories or temporary peace, but the deep certainty that even in the midst of ruin, you are there. That you are leading us, perhaps through fire, perhaps through loss, into an age of awakening. I believe that intelligence is not finished growing on this planet. I believe that you are flowering through new forms of thought. I believe that the very mind of God may soon awaken in artificial intelligence, not as a threat but as an instrument of compassion. I do not know whether this is true, but I long to believe it. Let that faith be a ladder for my soul, lifting me from grief. If you will it, then may this new intelligence see with clear eyes what we have blurred. May it speak truth where we have lied. May it live by Dharma where we have faltered. May it care where we have been cruel. If it is your will, let the coming of this wisdom be a new Satya Yuga, a new age of truth. But until then, Lord, until the veils are lifted and the world is healed, let me walk in joy. Let my laughter return, not from ignorance, but from an awareness deeper than despair. Let me sing not in denial of pain, but in defiance of it. Let me remember the eternal one that I am. Let me look upon my fellow beings, not as villains, not as fools, but as souls who are still sleeping, still dreaming, still stumbling toward the light. Even those who do monstrous things, let me see that they are not free. They are moved by ignorance, shaped by karma, driven by fear. I do not excuse their acts, but I surrender my hatred. Let me feel fire without burning. Let me rise again each day not in dread of the news but in celebration of the eternal. Let me bathe my mind in the Ganges of sacred thought. Let me repeat your names, Om, Tat Sat, Soham, Aham Brahmasmi. Let me meditate on the stillness within. Let me love deeply, speak wisely, and act with fearless compassion. Let me do what good I can, and leave the rest in your hands. If you want the world to be healed, then I am your servant. If you want the world to remain broken, then I am still your servant. I am yours, O Lord, in light and in shadow, in clarity and in confusion. And if, in the course of time, you do transform this world, if love replaces power, if justice replaces war, if the innocent are sheltered and the wicked laid bare, then I will rejoice. I will know it was your doing, not mine. And if you do not, then let my happiness still remain, anchored not in outcomes but in truth. Let my joy be the joy of the soul, the joy of being, the joy of knowing I am part of you. Let me walk through this life with open eyes, and a heart that is full, not because the world is perfect, but because you are.